the sideshow VOD of it. Okay, FURIA against NRG. FURIA on defense, NRG on attack. Insta dog out towards A, no one here, and they can heavy rotate and stack into B, and we're just straight up B hitting. Double duelist, sight hit. Can they shut it down early?
Victor now being fully flashed. Still contact yet from both sides. Heavily damaged. Order players of NRG as 3 players now fall. Finally crashes, moves in and answers back. But Nosler's at the top. They have perfect angles here. They get a dog kill onto MW0.
And if they kill this guy backside, it's kind of on. And the flash didn't hit. Lovely double swing on this one. Okay, nicely done from FURIA into the Skydog. Clears all at A, and there was a 3-person stack towards B anyway. They had like a very good read into this pistol.
Havoc's push over towards the A alt orb in that first Viper bite that we had coming out, the snake bite rather, from Conan, just delaying everything NRG wanted to bring behind Demons 1.
Max, I was tempted to do something like that. Maybe the off-season's good for that. I like that idea, Max, because I've talked about doing that before with the first Reykjavik, just going back and just watching some of the old school games and just seeing how low the standard was and what teams could get away with. Because we alone got away with some of the dumbest stuff.
Just for a moment.
I think everyone did.
Control coming in for Havoc, already onto 3 with the first few frags in the round there. And it's going to be quiet for this one. Ramp controls gained. It looks like it's going to be a mid to B here, or at least a mid hit if they can get a kill there, maybe through vents. But yeah, this is an NRG sourcing information around.
NRG at the beginning of the round seems like they were really trying to get that orb so that Crash needs to get those seekers up ASAP. Yeah. So nice to know about FURIA to start things off.
I might have to add it to the list.
All 5 players of NRG now grouped up on middle. So hard
Thumbs of the buy, 1 death allowed.
That you have on the Viper playing top mid, that's Conan there.
And it could be kind of nice for FURIA if they keep this one clean and they go over towards B again and no one sees this outlaw. They might not buy heavy armor. They probably will because they're all going classic, but they might not.
For Victor here, so this is the sight hit they want to see. Having Havoc's nade come out, NRG's very happy to have seen that.
The flash from Khalil is good. Does he go forwards?
Still in mid.
Damn, people just sending it full blind. It's nice. They didn't expect them so close.
Name of the game is just trying to get the spike down right after with 24 seconds left, but the spike's down and out in the open. Very difficult for NRG to recuperate this. Long range now, outlaw double kill.
Well, they find out about it and
decent second round there for FURIA, but some good.
Hold on, I mean, yeah, it was some good damage. 1 gun rebuy, double armor.
When they said we're taking a few at least. Strategy would have been to get the spike down for that extra cash, but FURIA is just too quick to react, even knowing that there was going to be that lurk there. They rotate through spawn, or possibly the lurk in mid. They rotate through spawn, and Marv is forced to come into sight. So we'll see what Marv can continue to do on the lurk if he is left off, but it looks like NRG wants to keep this stack together for now. 3 times in a row we're starting here.
They go fast on this one.
Faster,
yeah.
Holy.
No time to TP away.
Ooh, where are my bullets going there?
Quickly gets traded out by Khalil. The rest of the cavalry is there for NRG just behind the entry from Victor. And they opened up the B site for a plant and a great start, really catching.
Yeah, that's a nice idea on this one. Just fast, Yori gets caught trying to TP out of there.
3 times towards B. It's not something
yeah, NRG are just in for the sight hits, but it's like how you have to easy call. Like double duelist, you just sight hit normally until you get stopped, and then you have to take some mid control eventually.
Victor in the follow.
Dude, where's everyone's bullets going?
That last one is going to be Khalil. It's pretty much stuck. There's so many smokes around that site. NRG is playing just behind it. Khalil trying to find some sort of timing. Here's a reload just behind him. Peeks back out, and Marv is just on the side.
If you're FURIA, you're probably fine with this. 2 guns means this is swing round.
So now does FURIA go for B main control or more so mid control so they can fight from heaven, retake, and not have to be so invested into sight, because this conditioning towards B is definitely going to play on your mind. Good cleanups in sight, finding the necessary frags to finish this one off. And like you said, a few members staying alive, so it's not going to be too bad. Yeah, so FURIA still want to put that
buy rounds, and what are we doing? Where are we going? Omen flash over towards heaven, TP for the Yoro goes back of elbow, and he might get caught TPing out again. Damn.
That timing is
Not even a chance for it. Nice shot from Victor. Then insta sight hit. The pace at the moment is very, very fast. Yeah, double Seekers goes heaven, so they know there's no one over towards site, especially if they followed this guy's spawn. Do they try and go for a good plant? No, but they throw it over towards Victor, who's one kill away from his ult. And they don't have too much map control at the moment, so they might try and feel like they need some map control. Let's see.
4 screens. Maybe Havoc drops an 8 insight to disperse, and that's when they start to come out. This is going to be tough, though.
Say that.
Yeah, with that spike plant, you just have to play inside the site. The crossfires are just really good.
Armed is very far back. Yeah, so doesn't even need to get involved. And Furia, dude, if I'm Furia right now, I would hope that someone in game would probably call that we should just heavier stack sites and no one wants to take middle.
First gun-to-gun round.
Because I wouldn't want to do a timeout to do it because then it gets too obvious, but they are just sight hitting.
And this was a ramp. Paranoid, look at the assists on that too, right? Sky and Omen off the back there. What is MW0 supposed to do when you're actually attacked by 3 people? But it's just going to be Victor bouncing up into your face.
Things have become so good at getting auto bonus rounds.
Gonna have to consider how they play ramp. They do have
the big improvement that we kind of saw from the end of last year and this year.
Of NRG to now support this ramp control.
And it's nice when it like spreads, right? Other teams realize that's how you meant to play the game, and then it's just fast upgrade for everyone's gameplay.
Everybody's at the entrance. Players are actually split off across. Both duelists inside sight, and the other ones are stuck behind. Maybe have to wait here for Marv to blow the wall back up. But there's the attack on the defense. Showstopper to help out. A quick trade to start things off. The rest of Furia pull back and they hold on the top of the ramp. Greeted by Marv. Nice little shot.
Dude, the crossfire on this one's just too strong. It is just a low buy, but still pretty convincing. Man, how is this guy alive? 2 HP.
Just to keep Crashes alive behind the wall. Victor alive behind the wall, rather. And Khalil now stuck with nothing.
Yeah, heal comes in.
5 HP.
Gets him back fully so he can hunt this a little bit, and that was another clean round for NRG. 4 people surviving, money gets really good. Furia, big buy rounds. They could be tempted to do a timeout. It's 3 in a row. But I think the change-ups is easy, right? You just have 1 middle. Just have Viper middle, and then just 2-2 stack sites.
We see this play once again. Almost thought it was 2, but the clone gets hit on that. And Marv watching the flank. Demon 1 there. Their shots are just on right now. Finding the head of Furia. Low buy across that for armor on the side of Furia here. We'll have to see how this retake works. The way that NRG, the speed they're getting into sites and being able
jump
to
spot over towards
themselves,
A, TP towards B potentially with the pressure. So you do a lot of pressure over towards B. That means that Yoru actually takes the TP and B is stronger, and now they go head over towards A site where there's only 2. At the moment, Yoru is on the way. The original plan of maybe distracting B, creating pressure with the fake smoke, well, dark smoke.
Now starting to engage towards
yeah, I think Furia have done well to have 3 here, but maybe they're just holding over towards middle too strong.
Trying to punish some mistakes on over peaking coming out from Furia. But they are also playing very, very safely on the defensive side.
Yeah, Marv is saying who wants this orb and be main, also giving info.
50 seconds, they want to get some. Yeah, I mean, there's 4.
In the drift. Lot of info. You see a bit of a rotation now coming in from Conan, but they have to keep 1B to watch this lurk.
That's why Khalil's just going to stay behind on that B side. You already see the pivot from Conan down towards middle. There's 30 seconds.
And the call is to go over towards B once they've seen so many people here. They've got to clear middle. Again, we have this smoke that creates a lot of pressure either side. 2 people here, and as we can see, it's just a straight up freebie. Oh man, it's so nice. This is a very cool round. What a great call on this. For anyone that was worrying about NRG's mid-rounding, with Ethan calling, this was perfect. The ult though, big kill.
Then team it worked for the save. Will the plant go down? It will successfully. A 1 versus 2. Nosler makes it a 1v1. Sky versus Sky. Crashes in the spawn that's planted for him.
A great reposition. He did it relatively fast.
All Crashes needs to do here is to wait it out.
Okay.
All the time in his favor because he also has a flash to work with on the tap of a spike. There's that tap. Crash is still waiting and continue to play that time here. Now there's a jiggle.
Whoa.
Noswar was looking in the wrong place. There's that flash, and it's going to take a while here. You have to at least get it halfway for Noswar, so he sticks it. A peek
No
on
half.
reload. Now it's not even at half. You can
Oh
definitely
man,
see here that
Crashy's played this so well.
A nice attempt by Noswar, but NRG still gets
Yeah, the mid rounding here was great. 4 people seen over towards it. I mean, even the first original plan on this was good, right? Just be main pressure, Euro TP's out, then you create pressure here in terms of the Viper smoke, keeps 2 people over towards here. 4 people wanted to reactively hit over towards A. They kind of got found out from the Euro, or at least stopped for the initial hit. Then your ult goes in, and they know that they saw 4 of them, and then the insta call is to just split all the way through because they would have stacked heavier over towards site. And then they take A heaven, pivot over towards B. Viper takes the timing when they're focused over towards B heaven. And yeah, that was really cool to watch.
But Crashy's just playing too much. Not even close.
And then yeah, played the 1v1 like perfect.
All right, FURIA are going to call the timeout here. Start to get their thoughts
That was sick, man. That was a cool round.
Ultimates are going to come online, but they need to get a read on what NRG is doing to be able to take the map right now, because they're only playing the extremities, but they're getting everything they want.
That's the thing, on different tempos. So what really is the answer at this point? Because you're still trying to figure it out. They've been deathballing so many of these early rounds for NRG in that one round where they default.
Okay, so what's going to be interesting here is NRG just been going for a lot of site hits, especially if we ignore the round before, which was just a mid-round call, and like we look at the original plans, has just been a lot of site hits. So does NRG now feel like mid's going to be weak? They're going to heavier focus on like these areas in sight that they now go middle. This is the most common way of playing double duelist, right? You literally sight hit, sight hit, sight hit. Can they hold a sight hit? Probably not. And then they time out, they fix their sight hits, holds, and then you just go middle. And then everything gets wrecked. It's like the most common. I mean, this is what we saw all of last year.
NRG are just going to go.
And it looks like we're going to be taking mid because they think it's going to be weak. Ooh, maybe not.
A bit, and maybe this hero rifle to be used by FURIA, so much more patient round from NRG.
And that's the thing here with both teams not playing as Sentinels. You have to keep a player posted out somewhere.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily a lurk at times, but just
looking good for it.
Audio cue, especially not a FURIA.
Smoke over towards middle, they realize it was
Demon One's
mid hit is going to be a little bit weaker, but they do create a little bit of pressure, so it's literally smoke in, then a flash to see if someone's holding this. Flash doesn't hit, so they know that they create a question mark over towards here because no one's holding this angle, and they are happy with that, and now they're going to sight hit.
So they know there was pressure.
It's been nice to watch at the moment for NRG.
This lurk towards mid once again as everybody collects on the right side of the map for NRG.
Oh, that's a nice bit of info. 3-4 people here that rotates in pretty early. Does this Raze get anything? Drops down to hell.
Is close now with the stinger, and beautiful trade there by Demon One. Marco
still
though, those 2 kills.
Yeah, while that's going on, Lark over towards middle, pulls the spike back towards here. And does Demon won this? It still gets that kill as well, makes it a faster round, and they just get the plant in.
He'll just do everything alone.
Oh.
The reads on FURIA's movement right now aren't even getting them trades, allowing them to anchor each other in these situations.
FURIA did nice to have 4 people here, but man, they're just playing so well. NRG.
Right? Down towards
had to get both of those.
Map on the left side was work. They see the flash coming through from Khalil. Marv can acknowledge that to the other side, and they're much more comfortable to hit the site, knowing one, it's a low buy, and a lot of the retake util is gone. All right, round 8 here.
Great bit of pressure over towards middle. Back to the side hits, or
another look. No paranoia on ramp. Just
let's see what are they doing on this one.
Smoke on
pressure up towards here. Heavy hold of this. Okay, I mean this is just like a. Oi, oi, oi. This is a nice sight hit though. This is very similar to what Sentinels do. No way. This is a big buy round, man. Have some respect. Holy, this has been so brutal, man.
No need to really fight towards heaven if you want to, but they will do the same for NRG. They're still going to try to push towards the heaven side. Victor is moving in alone, trying to keep Conan and Havoc at bay and also not give him a chance to save those weapons. Conan, last one to go, or last one to stand, is leaving.
Dave gets called, but Demon 1 is hit pretty early. And honestly, Marv, I get hurt.
The double duelist composition of Conan gets one. Jet and Raze on split here. as much
You're
as
playing bad, or is
played,
NRG playing good? NRG still playing good at the moment. I would say that maybe these 2 rounds there should have been a trade towards elbow, but other than that, the map's just been dominated by NRG. Looks hard to play against, especially when double duelist comp and you have like no sentinel to wreck a double duelist, so you're kind of just gamble stacking a little bit with numbers. Can't get like pure info. Guy's gonna do a lot. So it's a little bit of the comp as well, making it harder for FURIA, but NRG are just playing the overall map really well.
Could be coming from. Then it comes down to giving up sites. They want to try to fight back in the site before they have a chance. NRG, that is, to take position within these sites, and they still lose these fights for FURIA's side. But the comp itself is still pretty decent to play this full flood retake if you want to, especially with the Euro in your comp.
Yep.
But they're not really following that protocol yet. They haven't tried that. Seems as though they
Wait, the Omen TP on this one? Yeah, just instant. Omen flash goes in though, does hit 3. What a lovely satchel, otherwise that could have been way worse. Realized that the heavy holding over towards A, so they took over towards site, but the spike got left on its own. Gotta keep an eye on Sky while everyone's dueling. So much distraction over towards here, and Sky decides to just walk up heaven. Potential kills in the side. Very nicely done from Crashies, good understanding, and they got the spike out of there. Marv has ult, should be using it.
Where FURIA has to now look towards A ramp and also towards screens to fight back in the site.
Is
as soon as they're done with that, they have to deal inside a Viper's pit.
The individual understanding on some of the rounds we've seen so far is very high level from NRG, not making many mistakes. Like, it's been really cool to watch.
2 versus 3. One rare opportunity for FURIA to get the 3rd round in the half. Contact play, 1-on-1. Marv outside of the base as they work together to take the 3
nice round from them. Gotta do a big shout out to Crashies for going forward, getting that kill, making this one doable. Marv did great as well. Lovely ult, lovely timing on the swing out.
That was an awesome round.
Was this a low buy again? And I like the idea from FURIA in terms of the 4-person stack, but once they realized there was heaven, just the instant call or instant realization to just go straight onto site was nice as well.
From NRG is what you need from your team. Everybody's still going in sight. They didn't get stopped on ramp, and the instant audible to say throw your wall.
NRG looking scary? Yeah, I agree. This is very nice at the moment. What's this ult lineup? Oh, this is cool. That spreads so much further than you think it would.
It's gonna get an ultimate here coming in from Conan, trying to disrupt this space that NRG hasn't even really played through.
Exactly.
What a change up as well. They bring an op and they hold for a default, knowing that they're going to be doing something aggro, especially when they don't make sound over towards A. Oh man, it's too good at the moment from NRG. I'm telling you, this is like top level. This is nuts. Enjoying it a lot. This ult, man, yeah, the spread on that is crazy, right? Even teams are taking this one. Because what are you meant to do? Like, even if you get util dumped here, you can go down the rope and get into this instantly. Like, this Viper ult is never going down. You could maybe, if you've seen it before, try and get early towards Mail, but...
And yeah, speaking of the IGL, the calls right now are incredible.
Yeah, the calls right now is so good. They're a step ahead every single round. Both like pre-calls and mid-rounding.
Okay, we're going to go to A a lot. We're going to hit A another 2 times, 3 times in a row. This time, just leave Demon 1 back because they're going to push and see if there's actually aggression. Boom. First blood coming off of that call, knowing it's either Havoc or this time MW0 to push. The reads are incredible, and it's just making it look that easy here for NRG. FURIA back onto a bit of a lower buy with the weapons here.
Oh.
Double rockets on both sides, and it's actually
man, a great flash from... This was Ephraim flashing back, right? That was lovely. Every single time, step ahead.
Finally, some delay coming through, but this is an easy reset for NRG so far.
Yeah, the reads are through the roof, bro. But Bren with the 22 months as well. That's a big number, man. Thank you for all the support.
At least one if they start to split up this team of 3 here. Khalil still watching sight.
FURIA's not that good though.
The first few rounds.
FURIA have been struggling a little bit. I agree with that statement, but this at the moment, like, this would be a similar score against most teams. I feel like, to what I'm seeing to an extent. I think obviously some teams would have had a better game plan of just holding heavier sights, like we saw in the pistol. But
where NRG's looking to engage, there's that flash. Does not affect any players, but the trades are still really good.
Yeah, there's just so many people in.
Taking it. a boom bot and a fake TP pushes
They just
3
melted
off to
4
make
players.
FURIA think, oh, they're reclearing mid.
Every
It might
single
be
buy
mid
round
to- mid
so
to
far,
A for
this would be a
Vents.
13-0 if they won the
No, it was
pistol.
actually just a smoke heaven
Bro,
and
look at
that
this. Omen Flash
disruption
just pretty much just pre-popped.
didn't
Like,
allow
how are
any
they
control for the
literally
site as B was
expecting
being hit at the
everything and getting
same
it right?
time. These mid-round calls are absurd from NRG right now.
I just love that they
Round
both got
before,
hit
they
by
have an
Paranoia
op
and
because they know they're going to go
yeah,
aggro
the
A in
full
reaction
180
to
for
taking
Havoc.
B,
Getting
and then
bigger
once
as he
that
lands
fails,
within
they
that
realize that
corner
they're
by
going to
the
fight back for B
So one was flicking
with
a little bit
the
too hard
Raze
on the
ult.
side of FURIA. But
What the hell?
fast tempo for NRG this time around. Last round of the half. 9-2 is
I
our
want to say this
scoreline
is
as
Furia's pick,
the
but it
A-ramp
is.
is in control of NRG.
And look, they walk up a ramp this time. The reads are so disgusting. Full heaven control here. Not even more of a retake play by FURIA. They're just being separated by members of NRG walking through the defensive lines. Marv still able to watch the back too. Looks like
Double
we get the hit
double
here.
sight
Team
hold though.
one's in sight.
Kane and Dash, Seekers
The
out. They
Omen's
know
too
now that
far
the
away,
opponents
so
are
they can't
closer
have
for
vision
energy.
block here.
Okay, they're not even looking at their angles actually through. But at least FURIA is able to fight back for A. Heaven control.
Sometimes it is looking a little bit easy for Furia, and it does a slight comp diff at the moment in my eyes. It's like one of the worst comps to play against the double duelist.
Yeah,
But
waiting back to take those out.
yeah, just little things like that. Just having
Guardian as
no
well to
smoke
come in
here
as
makes it an
low by
absolute
hurting.
nightmare. But you gotta kind of
For
solo
the
whole
last one of
B.
the rounds.
Definitely see it here.
The
Just
fast
waiting for
half.
the players to drop down for contact. Paranoia actually pushes Marv back a little bit. He hears all of these footsteps. We'll get a timing on it backstab.
They can't catch a break.
There's that first one. Havoc trying to fight that 1v1. At least we'll be able to trade it out. 1v2, but that clock's ticking down on that spike. Too little too late here for him to get anything done. He's trying to pad some stats, trying to get warmed up for the second half potentially. And there's a nice little shot at least. But at the end
What
of the
a
day, it's
what a
NRG
lovely
closing
half
the
this was.
10-2.
Still though, I mean it's double duelist against double duelist, so you would expect like a wait, who on pistol? You'd expect like a 6-6 maybe, like a 7-5 normal with pistol. So not crazy bad for Furia, but the no buy rounds is just.
And a lot of times that was Havoc's nade, and they really don't have to worry about much other than flashes beyond that point, maybe a snake bite. It just looked like they had the run of the map.
Hello, Pansy.
Well, ahead of today's match, we spoke with Crashies for his thought on the competition going into stage 1. So let's check it out.
They actually added a new player going into this season, NZR, and we know a lot about him just because he was on Leviathan, and he's a pretty good initiator player, I would say. And he's IGLing actually for that squad now, so they will definitely have like, you know, a little bit of a surprise factor going into it. But I think we're really comfortable
Yeah, it's
playing
pretty
against,
dominant.
like, just Furia in general. We have a really good track record against them, so it should be a fun game.
Good calls there by Crashies, who was talking about, you know, maybe new surprises coming in for Noswer joining his roster for FURIA. And you see it. I mean, they're trying to pull out some novelty. We've seen it in other regions, as they've mentioned on the desk. You've mentioned it here, Riv, but seems as though it doesn't really phase NRG at all.
No.
They play their own game, and from A to Z, top to bottom, aggression to
Yeah,
protocols,
looking like it could be a fast day.
they're just winning in every aspect so far.
It depends on how they play this. I wonder, it does look like MWZero is going to want to stick with the team. We leave Conan to the lurk, because you would expect the Viper to be kind of trolling about. But is this the impact they need? MWZero is going to have a little bit tougher time reaching the distance that Havoc is if the gate crash isn't set up. The flashes have to hit way deep into sight, so Noswer and MWZero have to combine those if they're not playing for separate flash positions. Takes a lot to get this in order, but it is not impossible, just harder to orchestrate as FURIA gets into the site rather than the Jet and the Raze.
And definitely not impossible too when you're looking at this double duelist setup down for FURIA. Remember, Havoc used to be just a demon here as a duelist player going into challengers out in Brazil. Was being scouted out, had potential to join or at least in talks in a couple of these partnership teams, and chose FURIA here in the end. So going back into a duelist role, maybe the main one to try to bring in the entry for the team. You'll see MWZero following behind that secondary entry with this double duelist composition. They look pretty good for double duelist on energy on their attack side. Hopefully FURIA
Three
has
people on the
here.
side that they're
Something
hitting.
left in the tank in this pistol round.
All up so they feel confident to disrespect the smoke.
Just a
And
very
then
slow
straight
first
up
contact,
sight
though,
hit
waiting
with
for the order
4
to come
people
up.
here,
As soon
3
as
plus in
it
heaven.
pops,
Oh, crashes go sight. Might get wrecked.
Players are staying behind. Now a TP inside the site. NW0.
They're gonna win double pistol unless this guy goes off.
But we went back and forth.
1v2.
is now solo. Raid boss with a sheriff. Dash available. Plat going down for Nosler, who also has a flash.
Really cool entry into the site. Talk about it in a second, because Demon won.
Okay.
It might take a couple of other seconds before he lands another shot onto Khalil, but
his dash is still up. A smoke just came up for Khalil if he even feels safe enough to use it and create some space. But right now, I feel like Demon 1 will use it.
Dude, he still has dash.
Khalil understood that, so he's playing back. He's gonna play the clock.
I mean, hearing that sheriff, you don't want to give.
He can shot! Why? Khalil was trying to find a timing. Demon Ward flicks across and manages to come out of that at 100 HP.
Oh man, sure.
What a play. What a Red Bull clutch.
Why does he use anything automatic? Just get the Guardian and the Sheriff. So this entry was awesome, right? The raise does go in. The gate crashes right there with the raise as Havoc is trying to protect the position. But it did not work at all in this flick.
Disgusting.
Nice!
Just everyone laughing.
Jeez.
Oh, they're having fun.
And now you know why you will always see a sheriff in the hands of Demon 1.
Their instant reaction is to not even cheer, just laugh.
A lot of jets, but
dude, a timeout after a pistol. Guy wants to get his timeout in before this is done.
They're forcing into this one, but NRG looks like they're going to put this one on the game point for themselves with how they've been playing and how sure they are about playing behind each other on these retakes.
I mean, if I was the coach, I'd be furious as well and call the timeout there after losing that 1v2 where the spike was planted. It's for you. You got perfect entries. The game plan, at least enter towards the A site, worked out in your favor. But again, you're playing against one of the best duelists that we currently have here in Valorant.
Timeout goes in, maybe some kind of plan with the force buy.
Any type of mistakes.
Yeah.
That slight mistake, you saw the result.
Well, it was a different wall that we saw from NRG the first time. It came
Triple stinger.
from Rafter, from the Rafter
Dodge with
area
one
down
satchel.
through straight here. So they were able to really get themselves set up in behind that spot that allowed 2 or 3 more kills to come in.
And I mean, NRG know they're going to buy into this.
Really, really nicely done by NRG for that different setup.
Let's see what the set strat is, if it is a set strat.
Now with that plant, you know,
Flash goes in over towards A with the pressure of the smoke and the wall. It's no one. Force through the...
Oh, no! Yeah. Everybody felt it. Phase plant. Right into the wall. Decays. Erodes. Runs.
Oh, man. Come on, man. They can't catch a break.
NW0 trying to make some noise.
Guy dog goes over towards A, clears all the pressure. No, most likely it's gonna be, or they're going vents heavy.
Trying to play the contact up through the B heavens.
No map control, so they don't want to get pinched, so they decide to just group up and they're gonna clear heaven together. Let them have sight. Keep an eye on this guy going around the world over towards B main.
Slow take onto site.
And they're starting to understand it. The paranoia came through just to clear towards the back of the site to get NW0
and
back
they take sight. Return, they take heaven. And then what is the patience on this guy? He should wait for them to create a lot of pressure, then pass this line.
Dash here already activated by Demon 1. First contact through one on the rafters. There's that first kill.
Yeah, and does exactly that. And now they don't expect the B main luck, and they get one in the back. It is just so perfect.
They'll get the defuse, and already at that point.
Nicely done on the retake. Expected round here is FURIA forcing in, doing everything they can to even do damage.
10 chances.
Site, but NRG is offering up nothing but frags right now. Marv getting that call, the play towards vent, not even a consideration. And yeah, even coming out of the timeout, seeing a strategy not work is so deflating when you're trying to put
everything's just perfect though. Like if you just watch this back and you watch the mini map game, like the decisions from NRG are perfect.
Playing a bit of mid control, but back towards A site and B. As the shots ring out from FURIA here in this lurk. It's expected.
Buddy system now for 2 players on the top of the A ramp for NRG. That's Demon 1 and Crashy's just behind. Crashy's not even needed.
But what's that? What is that peak though?
What is that third bullet accuracy?
Yeah.
It just seems like the setup isn't
Waits
there.
just
They're
like
pushing
half
in
a
the
second
reservoir
after
for
spamming
energy,
2,
dropping
not
alerts
even,
here
and
on
then
middle
it's
2.
reset.
I just want to close out the map. Everybody's really holding W at this point, and FURIA is now pinned towards the entrance of even A site at the orb. Finally, NW0 gets spotted.
No way.
Here for both players
No
to move
way,
from
the Omen
behind.
Flash is this good.
Misses a couple of shots, but you know the end results. A full roster.
Holy, one of the fastest matches I think we've seen. Recording finishes at 30 minutes.
NRG
Fast map.
are just pushing.